Alright everybody, welcome back to another round of Operation Red Scarlet. This one I'm going to be taking over for my ally, the British Commonwealth and Free French for July 1944, turn 17. I'm not aware of any housekeeping, so let's just jump straight into it with the British Commonwealth tech rolls. We'll be rolling for improved factories and heavy strat bombers. Factories hits at a 7 or higher, bombers at a 9 or higher. We got a hit on factories, miss on bombers. Alright, moving over to diplomacy, we have two that we're gonna roll. I guess we'll do the ones that are already here, which is gonna be Argentina and Greece, both hitting on a 2 or less. Got a hit on Argentina that will increase our income by 1 IPP. Miss for Greece. Alright, over to our purchases. We have 25, 14, and 7 to spend. We're going to be spending 25, 14, and 3, leaving 4 in the Anzac Bank and clearing the other 2. We'll be spending on 5 infantry, 1 AAA, and 3 militia for GB. Lend-leasing a medium bomber to KMT and buying a Gurkha for the KMT, for FEC rather. And Anzac is lend-leasing an elite airborne to the United States for 3. Over to the combats, we do have a fair few. We'll start in the east. We've got 2 submarines in P50. Moving over into what is this? P52 from the south. They do have the movement range to go south and cut back north. So that if they retreat, they are still out of range of the carriers. On to Burma, we have 5 AAA, a motor infantry, 6 infantry, and a Gurkha attacking from Burma into Siam. They're going to be joined by 1 colonial infantry from Anam Tonkin, a fighter from Burma, a fighter from Java flying 1, 2, 3, and a fighter and a medium bomber from southern Iran flying 1, 2, 3, 4. And the British Commonwealth does have LRA, so we can still land that fighter after attacking Siam from Iran. We'll go ahead and put all these together. Alright. 1 infantry from Anam Tonkin is capturing Cochin China for free. Yeah. Okay. No more combat movements over here. That's all of them. From Suez, we've got the 32nd Army, 5, 6, 7 infantry, 1 motor infantry, 2 AAA, and a medium armor attacking into Western Egypt. All the rest is non-combat movement there. We have 1 seaplane from Gibraltar mapping into M4 on those German advanced subs. The other one is mapping into A44. And then we've got the entire fleet in M2 coming into A44 as well, and we're going to be attempting to hunt down this battlecruiser. And then a seaplane from England is going to be joining that. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's not on map. I do think that's going to be all of our combat movement declarations. So let's go ahead and start rolling them out, and we'll go east to west again. So we'll start in P52. We have 2 submarines attacking at 3 and 1 defending destroyer at 4. 1 hit on attack. Nothing in defense. Fantastic. Alright, moving over to Siam. We do have 7 infantry, 1 Gurkha, 1 motor infantry, 3 fighters, a medium bomber, and then 5 AAA that won't be rolling. And then defending, he has 8 infantry, 2 marines, and 1 mountain infantry. And we do have a mountain penalty on round 1, attacking from Burma into Siam. So the mountain infantry does roll at 5 for round 1, and all of these normal infantry do roll at 1 for round 1. So let's go ahead and... There's no first strike, so let's go ahead and go. We'll do all of the 1s first. This is a motor infantry and 7 infantry. No hits, kind of to be expected. We have a Gurkha at 3 in the jungle. That's a miss. 3 fighters and a medium bomber at 6 and 7. Oh boy, 2 hits, not enough. And the AAA don't roll. In defense, we have a bunch of 4s and 1 5. 1, 2, 3, 4 hits. Wait, 5 hits. That's not great. Okay. So 2 of these guys are dead. And we lose motor infantry, 2 AAA, and 2 infantry. Ah, that's a bad round 1. I'm gonna press. Now these infantry are rolling at 2, Gurkha's still at 3, and then the fighters, or the aircraft, don't change either. So the infantry class, 1, 2 hits. The fighters at 6, and the medium bomber at 7. 1 more hit, so that's 3. And then in defense, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's just rolling at 4 now. Jesus Christ. One, 2, 3, 4. Five. And then they lose 3. This is what they have left. I'm still gonna press. Oh boy, this is gonna hurt. Okay, infantry class at 2 and 3. No hits. Aircraft. 2 hits. And in defense, they just refuse to miss. That's 4 more hits. That's all of our ground units. Wow. That's incredible. Okay. Well then I guess that's the end of the battle. The aircraft are gonna retreat. We've got 1 Japanese infantry surviving. And then both of the Marines and the mountain infantry. And all of this is wiped out. Oh goodness. Okay. The 17th Air will land in Burma. Jesus Christ. Yeah, we're gonna have to change our plans there too. Okay, moving on to the next combat. We'll do Western Egypt. We've got two AAA that won't be rolling. We've got a medium tank, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 rolling at 1 in the desert. Defending 1 artillery first strike at 3. That's a miss. So we'll roll the attack. A bunch of 1s and a 5. 1 hit. Just 1. And then the defending infantry. 2 hits. Boy. Here we go again. We'll lose 2 infantry. They'll lose, I would guess, the artillery. They still expect to lose this fight, and they just want as much damage as possible. Alright, on to round 2. We have 6 units at 1 now. Yeah, that's correct. Yeah. 1 hit, just the 1 again. Defending infantry. 2 hits. We'll lose a AAA and an infantry. And that should be good. Next round, attack. Tank doesn't want to do anything. No hits. In defense. No hits. Okay, round 4. There's a hit. Just a 1. Defending infantry. No hits. Next round. 1 hit. In defense. That's a lot of hits, actually. Nothing. Okay. Okay, not so bad. Okay. That's correct. And then we will we will roll for the captured Italian transport and port, which will be captured on a 10, 11, or 12, unless I'm mistaken. I'll confirm the value, whatever comes up. And then 1 through 9 should be scuttled. Hey, that should be captured. I'll confirm that before sending things along, but pretty sure that's captured. Alright, moving on. We've got combat in M4, just a map seaplane hitting on a 5 or less. Ah, that's a miss. Tragic. That's going to return to Gibraltar on their non-combat, but I'll do it now. And then this is the last battle. We're going to roll for the battle cruiser hunt first. The battle cruiser has a +6 just for being a battle cruiser. And the British Commonwealth have 2 aircraft for +8, 6 ships for +6, and then +1 for radar, bringing us to a net bonus of +9 on the British die. Easy win. Battlecruiser doesn't get a choice. It is engaged with all of these ships and the seaplanes. I have sent a message to Adolf to determine whether or not the sub wants to participate in the battle at large or just the map and paired destroyer. We will roll them as if they were separate in the absence of an answer, and that'll make housekeeping much easier if we need to change things. So we will be using a destroyer and a aircraft over here. These are the ones that can hit the submarine no matter what. And then the defending submarine. Then we have 2 TBD, seaplane, which can only hit the sub if it participates in the combat, heavy cruiser, battle cruiser, and battleship, and then a defending battle cruiser 7. Okay, so here's the submarine and the map aircraft. Submarine misses, my units also miss. And then for the rest of the battle, we have 2 TBD, there's a hit. We have a seaplane, that's a miss no matter what. 2 cruisers, 6 for the light blue, there's another hit, that's everything if the sub participates. And then the defending battle cruiser at 7. Nice, no hits. Okay, so the German sub survives if it tried to run and hide. If it tries to participate to sink something important, it's dead. So I will leave housekeeping marker here. With that, we can land one of our seaplanes in Gibraltar in the combat phase and move on to the non-combat movement phase. We'll land the map seaplane back in Gibraltar too. The battleship and the 2 cruisers are going to be going in port in Gibraltar. Oop. The smaller ships are all staying out. I'll have to make that bigger so it's obvious what's going on here. I actually do need to change the French decisions based on whether or not this sub survived, though. So let me see if there's a message from Discord. Still nothing. I'm gonna go ahead and announce both of my decisions then, based on whether or not the sub survives or not. So again, housekeeping will be very convenient, and I already have announced my intentions to do things. If the German sub is dead, I'll get around to it when I go to the French turn. We'll finish the British turn first. Okay, onto the non-combat movement phase. We've got an infantry moving from Transjordan to Suez, from Nubia to Upper Egypt, from Abyssinia to Nubia, from Abyssinia to Sudan, from Abyssinia to Tanganyika. We have an infantry railing from Abyssinia to Rhodesia, using this river connection here. Another infantry railing to Suez from Abyssinia. And then we'll just leave things like that in Africa. In South Australia, we've got a naval transport using strategic naval movement. 1, 2, 3, 4. Naval transport goes in port in Maharashtra. Infantry disembarks into Maharashtra. We'll have a militia moving from southern India to Maha and from Calcutta to southern India. We'll have an infantry railing from Calcutta to Burma to try to defend these aircraft. We're going to retreat a little bit from Iran to protect the naval transport in Maharashtra, so we'll have 2 infantry falling back there. I think that's it then. Alright. So, with that, we are finished with our non-combat movement phase for the British Commonwealth. So we can go ahead and place our buys and collect our income. Gurkha's gonna go in Burma. Medium bomber goes into Yunnan through the Burma Road. Anzac sending the infantry. It'll have no issue getting to Hawaii from there. 1, 2, 3, 4 to the side of Panama. And then from there we can get over to here and then up to New York from South America. Then the militia are going down in Rhodesia, Tanganyika, and Upper Egypt. Alright, the rest is going in England. I've placed all of the units that started this calendar turn on the board on task force markers, and these new units that I'm placing down now will be kept off task force markers for right now. We'll have AAA in Northern England. We'll put the AAA in London and an infantry in Northern England, and then the rest in London. All right. Collect income. The Brits have a base of 30 plus 2 or 3 for Suez. 3. FEC gets 14. Anzac 7. And that ends the British turn. So let's move over to Free France. They have 1 to spend. They're going to save it all. Move over to the combat movement phase. We do have a few to declare. The submarine from P15 is going to be moving from P14 to P15 to raid the Japanese convoy line. And additionally, we have some business to address over here. This Foreign Legion is going to be capturing French Guinea if the German sub survives. If the German sub is dead, then the naval transport for the Free French is going to come out, and the Foreign Legion is going to be taking Ivory Coast with an amphibious assault instead to cut the last or only Vichy sub-Saharan naval facility. And that's just dependent on the results of Adolf's decision there on that submarine. I think if I were him, I would have kept the sub hidden as much as I could. And so I'm gonna leave the board that way, and then just leave markers for housekeeping potentially. There they are. And then that'll be the end of the French. The submarine rating is in the French combat phase. We've got a +2 on the submarine, +1 on the defending convoy for a net of +1 on the Free French die. 2 damage. Alright. That should be the end of the French combat movement phase. Again, pending housekeeping. For the non-combat movement phase, we've got 2 Foreign Legion moving to Transjordan from Suez. You know what? They can't reach. Yeah, that's okay. Um, yeah, so we'll leave that non-combat movement phase. We'll leave that non-combat movement. The medium bomber is going to fly to Suez. Okay. With that, the Free French should collect just one, bringing them up to two, and they should be able to pass things along. So we will leave things with that. Um, pass things back over to Adewolf for Italy, and say best of luck on your next rolls.